it's Rita with Everything Homemade, and we are at the end of our growing season in northern Alberta, Canada. So we're in the middle of September. We're wrapping up the garden. The corn behind me is just about ready. If we got 2 more weeks, I'm hoping we're going to be able to harvest our corn. We have wrapped up the tomatoes, the red beets. The last thing that's in the ground is the carrots, but we'll be dealing with that in a few more weeks. We got pumpkins that need to be cut up and made into a pumpkin filling, and we need to start saving seeds. But other than that, the garden needs to be going to sleep, as winter can be here as early as October or as late at the end of November. So where do we go from here? Well, I got some really exciting news. This new series that we're going to do for most of the winter is actually going to be sponsored by Bloom Plus. Now, Bloom Plus came to me about 3 weeks ago, and they would like me to try out their grow lights. And so what they have done is actually send me a grow light, and they want my honest opinion on it. But instead of stopping right there, instead of just looking at the grow light, try it out a little bit, we're gonna do an entire series on how to use your grow lights. And not only that, I thought, you know what, why don't we make this big? Why don't we check out their product, see how it works, really put it to the test all winter long, and let's grow some fresh lettuce all winter long this year. So I'm going to grow it in what everyone usually knows is get a container, sow some seeds in a pot with dirt, and what's really important, the critical thing about growing indoors is your grow light. You've got to have a fantastic grow light. So we are going to test Bloom Plus's grow light out. The first step we're going to do is something that I know really well, is I'm going to grow in dirt. And then I'm going to do 2 containers side to side, and I'm going to test 2 different kind of fertilizers on my plants that are growing inside. Then we're going to evolve into hydroponics. Now, I have never done hydroponics, but I'm experimenting a bit as we talk right now. And we're going to set up something really simple, and then I'm hoping to go a little bit more complex. So you guys can join the journey as we do standard growing in dirt, and we move to a hydroponic way of growing that I'm hoping will be really, really simple with great success. All the while, we're going to be utilizing Bloom Plus's grow lights. So we're going to really put them to the test, and I'm really excited. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to head inside the house, as the grow light came a few days ago in the mail, and we are going to open it. Now, before we do that, I also want to add here is that they are 50% on eBay. So if you want to click on the links in the description box below, I'm going to include 3 different kind of links for eBay. They're also on Amazon. They are awesome to deal with, let me tell you. Wonderful customer service. They were super easy with emailing back and forth. So far, I am impressed. The next thing I need to see is their product. So definitely click on the links, show them some support. They sent me the beginner model of the grow lights. They are definitely can go up from there to different kind of sizes. So far, for what I see, they look awesome. They're LED lights, and I'm really thrilled to be able to do this, and I want to thank Bloom Plus so much for giving me this opportunity to show you how to grow with grow lights, and for giving me a chance to use their product. So this entire series will be sponsored by them. Let's head inside and unpack the grow light. Okay, so we're in the house here, and this is the box that it came in, and what I really like off the bat is they labeled it fragile. I mean, it is definitely fragile, let me tell you. It is really nicely packaged, it's taped really well, there's no damage to the box, so we're off to a good start. it also came really quick. I mean, it only took a week to get here, so that's pretty good considering how the postal service is here in Canada with COVID. So I definitely have no complaints there at all. So let's take a look. And so what I'm going to do is just cut the tape on this side, and we will see if we can get into the box fairly simply here. Okay, and of course you open up a box and guess what happens? The cats, they're curious. So this is a really good thing. Look at that. Lots of styrofoam, which is excellent protection for the grow light. Now it's fairly snug, so let's see if I can just pop it out here. I can very easily. Okay, again, they got cardboard on top for protection, so really well packed, really nicely. And I see here they have an instruction manual. So they got a user manual right here. So let's just take a quick look at it before we open it up. They sent me the BP 1000 here, and they have a couple other models here, the BP 1500 and the BP 3000. So they have really good specs on here. I mean, it tells you the size, the weight, the spectrum, the power draw, the coverage. So the BP 1000, they say the vegetable coverage is 2 feet by 2 feet. So that's pretty good because it is a smaller light, but you have to remember that this is LEDs and they're a lot stronger. What I used to grow with was under fluorescence, and that's a total nother ball game. What's new is the LED, and they're much better. And so if you like all that really good technical stuff here, they definitely include it. What's nice is they got growing tips on the back, and this is really nicely done. I like the clarity of it, so that makes it really easy. It has planting suggestions here. So germination, they say to hang it 24 inches to 30 inches. From 18 hours on to 6 hours off. So that's really good to know for beginners. You definitely want it on a minimum of 12 hours. And then for seedlings, it tells you, you know, how high to hang it over. For vegetables, again, and for blooming. So they really, I mean, that's the most, that's the biggest problem with grow lights. Most people don't know how to hang them or how high to hang them above their plants. So this gives a really good idea, because I have never worked with LED grow lights before. With fluorescence, you always need them so close. So I'm looking forward to a better quality product and obviously getting away from fluorescence. So this is a really good, so I'm going to use their suggestions right here for my starting lettuce downstairs. It gives you nice assembly instructions here, which look fairly straightforward, nothing that is crazy complicated. So really like how this is laid out. I also love the coloration, looking good. Okay, so let's open this up. Let's figure out what's the best here. Just popping this up, it looks like. So let's do that. There we go. Okay, so again, they really paid attention on how they're packing this in for a nice snug fit, but also really user friendly. Like, I'm not having to like tear things apart or, you know, try to use scissors to unwrap it. So really straightforward. I am shocked for how thin this is. And like I said, I'm used to fluorescent, so this is really cool to be able to see. And it's, you know, it has some weight to it, but it's not extremely heavy. It has some weight to it, but it's not extremely heavy. It's definitely not flexible, so it's not too flimsy. It's actually really, really looks to me made really well. I mean, it's so sleek. Like, look at that. It looks smart. It definitely has some appeal to it. Where the power would come in right up here. I mean, it's not huge at all. So it's not like this really, really cumbersome grow light over your plants. Again, it has some specifications on the back here. Some specifications and some precautions, just exactly what I just read there. Again, it has a really nice long cord, so it can reach, you know, whatever plug-in you want to. It also comes with everything you need to hang it. So everything you need is right here. So basically what you want to do to install this grow light is they have these really nice fine wires. So this will go on each side of your grow light. It is that simple with the loop at the top. And you're putting this on each side. So now you got these two loops that you're actually going to attach or ratchet that you're actually going to attach this ratchet system. So this here will connect to maybe an eye hook or something that you have set up to hold it. And then this part here is just really simple. So you can adjust the height pretty quickly. You can pull at this by pressing in on this little lever here, or you can tighten it up by just pressing it again. So really, really simple. Quality is what I feel here. So I'm quite impressed. They gave you two, one for each side. And so now that I've looked at this, I can go out, tell my husband what we kind of need. Looks like we need some kind of hooks. Probably where he's going to grab some eye hooks, put them into the ceiling where we want the grow light, and hook this up. Okay, you guys, so let's turn on the grow light. Look at that. Wow, it just brightens up my complete basement here. So it was a very easy to install. You can see it there hanging on the roof. We just did simple eye hooks. Very simple to do. The light's really, really light-weighted, so it only took about 5 minutes to just install it. So that was really nice. So the next step here is growing. We gotta get something growing under this light. So let's put some seed in some soil, and I'm gonna show you how to do that really quickly. So let's go do that. So I have this one already done. This is a container with just some soil and some lettuce seeds planted. And I just did that this morning. And now I'm going to do the same thing with this bowl. So the first thing we need to do is add our dirt. So basically, I'm just using Sunshine number 4 mix, which is my favorite mix. You want to make sure that your potting soil is moist, so you can see when I press it together, it holds. And so there's definitely enough moisture in there. So I'm just going to pat it down a bit. Now you can use basically any kind of container. Look around your house. You don't have to be too picky. I prefer to look for bowls that don't have holes at the bottom because I don't like the mess of dripping water everywhere. So any bowl will work. I usually just go to my thrift store and find like 50-cent or $1 containers. So there you go. We have some dirt here. And now we just need to sow our seeds. And I have my watering pot here. and I have my seeds, and I am just going to do some black seeded Simpson, and we'll see how well they do under the grow light. I'm going to take my seeds. Now these seeds are about 3 years old, so I'm going to sow them a little bit heavier just to make sure everything germinates. After they come up, then we'll thin it out a little bit. But now I just need to put a little bit of dirt on top there. Just sprinkle it on top. Remember, these are small lettuce seeds. They don't need to be in deep. You just an 1/8 of an inch over will suffice. Press it down, and you've got the starting of your seed container. Then you take your watering pot, you do the flicking method that I showed you on the How to Garden series, and you just want to make it damp. You don't want to drench it, just enough to get the seeds going. So the other thing is that I have measured from the container to the grow light is 24 inches for now, and that's the germination height that they want, so when they first come up. So we're going to test all their heights out, see how it performs, and then go from there. So after we have successfully watched these 2 lettuce pots grow, we're going to start into hydroponics. So that's going to be really exciting to dive into, to do hydroponics under the grow light as well. So I'm going to just turn on the grow light again, just so you can see it on with the pots there. There we go. Okay, so you see the grow light on, and it is lighting up those pots beautifully. You notice that the rest of the room may look dark, and that is just my camera actually focusing on the light, therefore causing the room to look dark, when in reality the room is actually really light. So if I go away from the grow light, you can actually see it adjust back, that the room is actually really bright. But it's just when my camera looks at the grow light, it throws it off again, and you can see the change, and all I'm doing is moving it a foot. So I just want to bring that up, because I don't want you guys thinking that, oh, the grow light is on and the room looks really dark, when actually it looks really bright in reality. So I have everything set up, ready to go. I don't need the grow light on right now, as it, as the seeds begin to germinate in the ground, so I'm going to turn it off, but I will turn it on the second I see sprouts, because it's just like outside, where you want the sun to get to your seedlings so they grow nice and straight up to the sun, and they see the sun right away, so they open up those false leaves first. Then it stops the plant from getting really leggy, is what we call it. So we want nice strong plants. So I'm going to come back in about a week, because germination time takes about 7 to 10 days. So I'm going to come back right when I see the sprouts. We're going to turn on that grow light, and we are going to then do weekly videos of how the plants are doing. And of course, I'm going to include some cooking, and we're going to get right back into the winter schedule, and we're going to finish off the How to Garden series outside over the next 3 weeks. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the products are 50% off on eBay, and they are also on Amazon. So all the links are in the description box below. Check them out. So far, I am really impressed. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.